Talking in my sleep at night, making myself
Amigos de
crazy.
Billboard, la verdad, un placer, un honor conocer a Dua Lipa en persona, visitándonos aquí en Argentina. Thanks, Dua, for being here in Argentina,
Thank you for having me.
for having here this conversation in Billboard. Say thanks for everything that's happening to you. To whom? Who do you say thanks every day?
I say thanks to my fans. I say thanks to my team. They also work really, really hard to help me, you know, with this dream and to like turning it into a reality. I thank my lucky stars every day. So I'm just very grateful for everything that's happened. But you just have to work really, really hard to kind of get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I heard you are pretty grateful and you named some people, special people for you, like magical people. So maybe you believe a little bit in magic.
Do I believe in magic? Absolutely. Magic's definitely real.
You know, Billboard analyze every day what's going on with the songs and the artists and their social impact. Mm-hmm. Do you believe there is any relationship between talent and the charts?
Yeah, I do. I think, you know, as much as social media has an impact and as much as music is really changing, I think good songs really do tell. You know, sometimes social media or just the social impact can really have an influence on the charts, but I think good music always stays on top.
You know, in every November, Billboard has this Women in Music Award. That last year was Madonna chosen as the Women of the Year. What do you feel about this new generation of women that is refreshing the global scene?
I think it's amazing. I think there is a lot more female artists on the scene. I think a lot of females dominating. I think, you know, it's amazing. It feels like everything that was happening in the 90s, that there was such a massive influx of lots of big female pop artists that's happening all over again, and it's great.
Which is the biggest difference for you, having your own show and going to other people's crowd or other bands' crowd?
I mean, like you said, you're I guess essentially you're going out and you're performing in front of someone else's crowd, and it's I guess it's a bit more of a challenge. You're going out there to like warm up the crowd. You're going over there to win them over. You're going out to kind of show what songs that you've got, that you're performing, that, you know, you're basically performing in front of a bunch of people that have no idea who you are, and you have to go and leave your mark on it. So I guess that's what's different. Whereas when you're in front of your own crowd, there are people that came down to see you. And there's already a familiarity that you have with the audience and an interaction that you have that you probably wouldn't have in a stadium full of people that have no idea who you are.
It's like two different challenges.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And talking about those challenges, what do you want you to happen in the future? You're pretty young and you have this huge success worldwide, and it's difficult to achieve any longer anymore, but there is a lot of time going on in the future.
I think, you know, the second you hit one milestone, you always want to work towards the next thing. I want to see my venues growing. I would love to one day be able to headline stadiums. I mean, that would be kind of crazy, but I'm putting it out there into the world.
What did you learn about these kind of very big artists that are from different generations, from comparing to you? For example, Bruno, for example, Chris. I know what you did with Homesick. Which is the biggest thing you learned from them?
Well, they're both artists that I really admire, and you get to watch their show and see their showmanship and how they perform and how they speak to the audience, and the way I guess they kind of go from one song to the other, and it's just interesting. Everybody's show is so different, and I feel like you learn a lot watching people that are, you know, artists that you admire and that are so successful night after night. You just pick up different things, and I mean the Coldplay show is incredible.
Yeah.
And Bruno's show, he's so well rehearsed, and the dancing and his band are just they all just work together. It feels like a proper show. They're both so different and unique, so you learn different things from everyone, really.
You know, when we first met you, thanks to your songs, From Harder Than Hell, and what continue there, we saw that you were this kind of new artist that is like 360. No, it's not only music, it's also the looks, the fashion, the videos, the way you manage your own personal accounts in social media. Do you feel like a 360 artist, and that nowadays it's more than music to be an artist?
Again, I still stand by the fact that I feel like the music is the most important thing, and I think that if you have good songs, then that's really like the main part of it. I think it is, you know, doing the videos is an extension of your personality, and it is an extension of your music and your songs, because it is essentially telling another side of the story. I think it's important to be all over everything. I do think social media is really important. I don't really feel it's like part of the job, because it comes naturally. I think also the younger generations are even better at social media. I guess just growing with social media has been a massive advantage, and just enjoying it more than anything, that it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to post this, or I like telling my fans that I'm doing something, or my friends and my family, because I only use the same account for everything. So it is, I don't know, I feel like the music is the most important, I think, but I can't dance, so maybe it's not.
Everybody can dance.
I just like flop back on stage.
Do you see yourself like an actress in the future?
I don't know, maybe. I enjoy it. I think it's really fun, but it's not something that I've thought about, just because music's like my main priority. I want people to know that this is what I do before anything else, and if I do it, it'll probably be quite later down the line.
Thank you for these minutes.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate this. And there is a lot of kids watching, little kids that, this is the last talking about your music, talking about your gear. How do you choose your team in the songs that you wrote, in the songs that you choose from other people? Which is the thing that they have to work with you and to be with you?
Well, I especially during this whole writing process for the album, I've worked with so many different people, and I think it just depends. Like, some people you really just vibe with, and you feel like you're able to open up, because essentially you're going into a room with strangers and you're talking about your personal life.
In the lyrics.
And yeah, exactly, in the lyrics. So I think it's just the people that I feel, I open up a lot more to people who are also really open with me. So I think that's definitely one thing. It's like if they show me openness, then I'm not afraid to open up myself.
If you feel comfortable.
Yeah, but if I feel like somebody's like withholding from me and just wants to know stuff, then I don't like it. Then I won't open up. And the only way I feel like I can get a really good song is if I'm honest. So if I'm in a room with people that I don't feel like I can be honest in front of, then I will never be able to get a good song. So I feel like that's definitely one of the main things. And for songs that I take that I haven't written myself, it has to be a song that I relate to on a very personal level, that I feel like I've been through it, that I feel like even though I haven't written it, I know that I wish I had written it, because it applies so much to something in my life.
So it's all kind of honesty.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.